Hey everyone, get ready to have your mind blown with 20 random facts you probably never knew. We're talking about things that'll make you say, what the what, and no way. From pink dolphins to pizza funerals, we've got it all. Welcome to the channel. Fact 1. Did you know that Amazon River dolphins are born gray but actually turn pink as they get older? I mean, talk about a makeover, right? It's like they're going through their dolphin teenage years and deciding to rock a whole new look. And get this, the more they're scratched or scarred, the pinker they get. It's like their own personal pink highlighter. So, picture this. You're a passenger on a United Airlines flight back in the 70s, and you hear that familiar voice checking your ticket. It's Marla Gibbs, the one and only Florence from the Jeffersons. Fact 2. For the first 2 years on the show, she kept her night job as a reservations agent at United. Talk about a hustle. She was working at the CBS studio all day, then jetting off to United for the night shift. Now that's dedication. Okay, history buffs, this one's for you. Fact 3. Back when President Truman was giving the White House a much-needed makeover, they decided to offer up some pieces of the old building as souvenirs. We're talking timbers, bricks, even pieces of the paneling. And guess what? People went absolutely bonkers for it. They were like, give me a piece of that presidential history. The demand was so high, they actually made a profit of $10,000. That's what I call a presidential yard sale. Now this one's a little bit serious, folks. Back in 2011, a devastating tornado tore through Joplin, Missouri. It was heartbreaking, with over 1,000 people injured and, sadly, 158 lives lost. Fact 4. In the aftermath of the disaster, a number of those injured started coming down with this incredibly rare fungal infection. It's called cutaneous necrotizing mucormycosis, and it's not something you hear about every day. It just goes to show you how unpredictable and powerful Mother Nature can be. Alright, attention all you Zolps out there. If you're Catholic and you've always dreamed of going to Loyola University Chicago, then listen up. Fact 5. Loyola University has a scholarship for Catholics with the last name Zolp. If your last name is Zolp, Loyola wants to help you get your education on. Okay, confession time. How many of you out there thought ringworm was, an actual worm? Don't be shy, I totally did too. But here's the thing. It's not a worm at all. Fact 6, ringworm is actually a type of fungus. Yep, fungus, and it's the same kind of fungus that causes athletes' foot and jock itch. I know, right? Mind blown. So, we all know and love The Wizard of Oz, right? The movie, the songs, the ruby slippers, the whole shebang. But did you know that it was just the tip of the iceberg? Fact 7. The book it's based on, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, is actually the first in a series of 14 books. 14! That's a whole lot of Oz. And there are even more books beyond that, over 40 in total, all about the magical land of Oz. Who knew Dorothy and Toto had so many more adventures ahead of them? Ever flown Alaska Airlines? They're the best. But have you ever really looked at their logo? The one with the smiling Eskimo dude? Fact 8. Well, get this. Alaska Airlines has no idea who he is. Yep, they're just as clueless as we are. They've got theories, sure, but no concrete answers. He's like the D.B. Cooper of airline logos, just out there smiling enigmatically for all eternity. Let's take a trip back in time to the Ming Dynasty in China. We're talking about X, a man who loved his mama. Fact 9. China's Hongji Emperor only had one wife and refused to have concubines. It was unheard of at the time, not to have a harem on concubines. Okay, get ready for the wildest funeral you've ever heard of. It's the Great Michigan Pizza Funeral, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Fact 10. This guy, Ilario Mario Fabrini, had to recall almost 30,000 frozen pizzas because of a potential botulism scare. But instead of just tossing them out, he decided to give them a proper send-off. It was a sight to behold. You know Michelangelo, the artist behind the Sistine Chapel ceiling? Fact 11. Michelangelo spent 2 months hiding in the underground chamber while evading a death sentence ordered by the Pope. The underground chamber was beneath the very church he was painting. Talk about hiding in plain sight. Alright, movie buffs, this one's for you. Remember Groundhog Day, the classic Bill Murray comedy where he's stuck reliving the same day over and over again? Well, when they were pitching the movie to the studio, Columbia Pictures was all in, except for one thing. They wanted to know exactly how Phil got trapped in the time loop. But director Harold Ramis was like, nah, we're keeping that a mystery. So, he and the producer came up with a clever workaround. Fact 12, they agreed to film the explanation scenes but deliberately scheduled them for the end of the shoot, knowing they'd probably run out of time. And guess what? They did. The mystery of Phil's time loop remains unsolved to this day. Move aside, Black Angus, there's a new bovine queen in town. Fact 13, Her name is Mara, and she's officially the most expensive cow ever sold at auction. This Brazilian beauty fetched a whopping $4.38 million. Why so pricey, you ask? Well, Mara's a Nelore, a breed known for its resilience and ability to thrive in tropical climates. Plus, she's probably got a killer personality to boot. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this one's a bit of a downer. Remember how we talked about climate change being a real buzzkill? Well, it's rearing its ugly head again, this time in Alaska. Fact 13, the rivers there are turning a freaky shade of orange, and it's not because of some wacky natural phenomenon, it's rust. As the permafrost melts, it's releasing all sorts of nasty stuff into the water, including iron, which is oxidizing and turning the rivers this eerie orange color. It's a stark reminder that climate change is no joke, people. Okay, this one's a real head-scratcher. Back in the 80s, when they were putting together the iconic charity single We Are the World, they decided to invite, like, every single musician under the sun, except Madonna. Can you believe that? Fact 15. Apparently the organizers didn't think she could, sing. Needless to say, she was not too thrilled about being left out of the biggest musical collaboration in history. Chadwick Boseman signed on to star in the action thriller 21 Bridges. His co-star, Sienna Miller, wasn't offered what she felt she deserved. So what did Chadwick do? Fact 16, he stepped up and offered to give her part of his salary. That's right. He took a pay cut so that Sienna could get paid her worth. Now, if that's not the mark of a true superhero, I don't know what is. Ever heard of the umbrella bird? No? Well, get ready to meet your new favorite feathered friend. This bird is rocking a look that would make Lady Gaga jealous. It's got this amazing crest of feathers on its head that looks exactly like, you guessed it, an umbrella. And it's not just for show, folks. Fact 17. Males have a long, inflatable throat waddle that they use during courtship displays, making them appear larger and more impressive. Talk about a bird that knows how to make a statement. Chapter 18. Fact 18. The need for speed is still 763 miles per hour. We all love a good adrenaline rush, right? And what's more exhilarating than speed? Fact 18. For over 25 years, the land speed record has remained unbroken. Back in 1997, this Royal Air Force pilot named Andy Green hopped into a jet-powered car and hit a mind-blowing 763 miles per hour. That's like going from New York City to Philadelphia in the time it takes to order a pizza. No one's been able to top it since. Fact 19. The tea company Twinings was founded in 1706 as a coffee shop that sold tea to stand out from the competition, and its flagship location still occupies the same premises today. Today, Twinings is a global tea empire, all thanks to their willingness to think outside the tea box. And last but not least, let's end with a tall tale about giraffes. We all know they're the tallest mammals on Earth, but did you know that a group of giraffes is called a tower? I guess when you're that tall, you're bound to cast a long shadow, or in this case, form a towering presence on the savannah. And there you have it, folks, 20 random facts that just blew your mind. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing content. See you next time.